How's it going, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Texas Man channel. I hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Also, make sure you guys hit that bell notification button, select all for all notifications so you guys don't miss out on future content. I do stream on Twitch at Douglas447 at least once a week, and at times I'll try to export those over here to YouTube so you guys can watch the replays in case you guys miss out. As always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives. We're going to be talking about today in today's video, Mad Max Fury Road. I finally got a copy of this on 4K, and let me tell you what, it looks great in 4K. I'm not a big person that really cares about graphics, but I think when it comes to certain movies, certain films such as Mad Max Fury Road from 2015 are worth getting in 4K. To me, I'm fine with films being on DVD or Blu-ray. I just want to watch the movie and enjoy it. I'm at that point in my life where I just want to enjoy a film and it just work, you know? But there are some films, seeing it in 4K, visually it is stunning, and you can pick out other little details that you can't get with DVD and Blu-ray, and I understand that. Mad Max Fury Road is rated R. It's about 2 hours long. The R rating is for the fact that this film is extremely violent in its action sequences. But I think that just adds to the realism. You know, it does take itself not too serious. You know, there are some serious tension-filled moments, but there's also some really goofy moments within the film as well. There is no sex, there is no nudity, there is no, LGBTQ in this film. It is just straight up pure, testosterone guy film, just pure action. The film has a lot of fantastic performances from actors and actresses, including of course Tom Hardy, who is cast as Max, Charles Theron as Furiosa. I'm sorry if I'm butchering people's names, and Nicholas Hoult as Nux, along with many other people within the film. I want to say this is kind of my biggest gripe with certain movies. But to me, I can understand why this film did this instead. You know me, when it comes to movies, I want it to have a coherent plot. I want it to have some cool action sequences, maybe a moral message, and then some cool characters with development and arcs. We don't get all that in this film. I understand that while this has very little character development or arcs for the characters, the vision for the film wasn't really about character development. The vision for this movie was more about having action sequences and then focusing on the characters trying to survive. This film is about what it takes to survive in the wasteland. And I think the film excels in both departments, telling a survival story and a action epic adventure at the same time. Characters kind of get shoved into the background in terms of development and arcs. Everybody has a purpose, they have a goal as to why they're in the film, but nothing is very deep. If you're looking for a very deep motivation for characters doing certain things, you're not going to get that within this film. Also, I want to talk about the fact that Mad Max Fury Road is the only Mad Max film I've ever seen, and I can only watch in my region. If Mad Max 1, 2, and 3 ever become available, I might watch them in the future. But Mad Max Fury Road is actually the fourth Mad Max film in the franchise. I thought when it came out in 2015 that it was kind of like a reboot of the franchise. And in a way, it kind of does feel like that from what I've heard from other people. But with it being the fourth in the series, you can still watch this film separately, not have seen Mad Max 1, 2, or 3, and you can still enjoy this film. Like, the beginning of the film gives you kind of a recap of events from the first couple films. It explains why there's no, grass and greenery, and why is water a commodity now, and why do people drink other things like mother's milk or other things. The film explains all of this within the opening sequence. So you won't be confused as to why certain things are the way they are. The film sets it up so you can understand what has happened prior. It also does these little flashbacks for Max as to past events. you, like I said, don't have to have seen Mad Max 1, 2, or 3 to see this film. Obviously, you'll have a greater appreciation, but there's certain, like, these night terrors that are happening, like day terrors and whatnot, that are happening to Max. So psychologically, he's traumatized from past events. And you see these, like, ghosts and whatnot that are haunting him. So you can understand that things have happened to him in the past, but if you want to understand more in detail, then you have to watch Mad Max 1, 2, and 3. But you can still watch this film separately, and you can still understand that he's going through a mental, problem because of what's happened to him in the past. But it doesn't really affect his character. It really doesn't affect the plots that are occurring. So to me, it's like, okay, cool. He's got some past drama. He's kind of upstairs because of it, but he's still able to function as a quote-unquote action hero, which I like. The rigs, the explosions, the action sequences, they're all unique and interesting. For a film that's 2 hours long, I think it excels at being very unique. The sets and the locations, they're also unique and they're different. I mean, you've got, the desert, you've got the Citadel, you've got salt plains, you've got rocky terrain area, you've got this like marsh, like swamp area. So there's a different variety of things. It's not all just desert. It's not just dirt and, desert all over the place. There is variety, which I'm happy about as well. The audio design, the soundtrack, it's a mix of like rock, hard rock, and metal, which is really cool. It's a really cool soundtrack. But it's not overbearing. So like if you have, something against metal or hard rock and you're like, oh, I don't want to listen to this, it's not gonna kill your eardrums or anything like that. And like I said, there's nothing vulgar said when it comes to the soundtrack. It's just it's supposed to hype up the action sequences, and I think it accompanies what's happening on screen in a really great way. So overall, I think the film is fun. It is very realistic. A lot of death, a lot of cool action sequences, a lot of uniqueness to the action sequences. Nothing felt like repetitive. There was just a lot happening, but it was fun and unique and interesting to see. The film gives you a satisfying conclusion, and I kind of want to see a sequel. We have gotten that Furiosa prequel, which I haven't seen and I really just don't care to ever watch. I would like to see a Mad Max Fury Road 2.0. I know, I say a lot of times in my videos I don't like prequels and sequels. I think a sequel to this film with more focus and emphasis on character would be nice. And, just to see Max and Furiosa and the rest of everybody back together on another adventure would be kind of cool. See them, like, they mentioned the Bullet Farm and they mention Gas Town. We don't get to see those locations in this film. We get to see the people that operate them and, their different vehicles and whatnot, but we don't actually get to visit those locations in the film. It would be kind of cool to have a film where we get to go and explore those places and maybe some other places within the world of Mad Max. Overall, I think Mad Max Fury Road, though, is still a fun film. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out yet, I highly encourage you guys to do so. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, you guys can get this on 4K. It is available separately on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital stores, and some places are even streaming it. So check your local area for availability on whatever you want to watch it on. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have an excellent day, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream on Twitch at Douglas447. Bye, guys.